Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review we find out if this is the greatest root beer in the world, or if this is just a tribute. So in today's review, we're doing Jack Black's Dead Red Root Beer, I believe is the entire title of the root beer. This is a re-review, so I actually reviewed this a long time ago. I didn't go back and check to see what I reviewed it before. One of the things that I found very interesting, and maybe not get into it too soon, but I guess it is kind of important to the overall review, is that this one's got guarana in it and some other kind of energy drink stuff. Generally speaking, those tend to be kind of iffy. Like I said, I don't remember what I reviewed it before, but we'll find out if it's any better or any worse than I thought it was back then. So let's go ahead and get into the ingredients. So the ingredients will pop up right there. And something interesting right away about the ingredients, as I said before, guarana. The other thing that I noticed too is that it has caffeine in it, which is root beer tends to be, for the most part, a caffeine-free drink. And usually, if it is a caffeinated version of it, it's usually part of the marketing. And let's go ahead and look at the bottle real quick here. As you can see, there's nothing. I'm going to scoot it in already real close here. You can see on there, there's nothing really on the bottle that indicates that it is a caffeinated or energy related soda. Also, I noticed too, it says third time available in 420 years, which 420, haha. But like, also, I did look up, and apparently there are other versions of the label that said like first time available in 416 years. So maybe it's not a joke, I guess. But I thought that was kind of interesting that maybe they've only done like maybe 3 batches of this over the years, or at least maybe 3 different versions of it, I guess you could say. I guess I'll leave it right here for now. But yeah, pirate theme, like the design. And as far as I know, it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual Jack Black. So as far as I know anyway, I mean, I couldn't find really any information about the soda other than it exists and someone makes it. So, which, you know, not every root beer has like a dedicated homepage about the years of toil and work that went into the farming to produce the kind of sarsaparilla needed to create the original recipe for our root beer. That okay, I'm done. So yeah, let's go ahead and crack this open and get ourselves a scent. All right, let's see if this one is a pop top or not. Oh, yep, cracked right open. Here we go. Okay, so right away, that's a loud truck. Anyway, right away, it's a sweet. However, there's definitely a strong anise on top of that. Like normally you would just get like, if it was a very basic normal root beer, you'd get a very sweet, you know, almost like root beer flavored candy kind of scent to it. But this one definitely has a lot of anise on top. So we'll see how that turns out as far as the taste testing goes, because it's not always my favorite kind. That's just my opinion, but it's not always my favorite kind. So let's go ahead and get into the pour and the foam. All right, so here we are with the trusty mug. So let's go ahead and open this back up and get ourselves see what we got with the pour and the foam here. Oh, there we go. That's got a pretty tall head on it. And all right, it looks like it's lasting long enough to go ahead and get a sip of that. Let's see how it tastes. Interesting. I expected it to taste kind of like how it smelled. It doesn't necessarily taste like that. It tastes kind of, I don't think musty's the right word. Musty's definitely not the right word because that makes it sound really bad. But there's not creamy either. It's something else, and it's hard for me to really define what it is, but it's mostly sweet. You can't really taste anything besides like how I was explaining before, like the taste of like root beer candy, like the normal taste of root beer. You can't really taste anything besides that. It was very sweet. Definitely nothing bad really about it. So we'll go ahead and get into the taste test. I was trying to think of like a good like pirate saying since this is root beer themed, but I couldn't think of one. So I guess like ships ahoy, ships ahoy. So the first thing I want to say about this is it did not taste like how I expected it to taste. Like I expected it to taste almost more kind of like how like a Balls would taste, like the Balls root beer or something, because I expected it to taste more like something that was an energy drink attempting to be a root beer. But this is definitely I guess the best way to put it is a root beer attempting to put some energy into the drink. You can taste the guarana. Like for anyone that's ever had an energy drink, of course there is a certain flavor that you kind of get in the background that's kind of consistent between most energy drinks that have guarana in it. Don't really know how to explain it, but it's kind of like you almost taste it in the back of your throat. I did notice too that this root beer, and I don't know if it's just because my mouth was extra dry or anything like that, but it's kind of like it left more of a film than root beers normally tend to do. This is much more almost kind of like how Mountain Dew does or something like that. But I know Mountain Dew does because they put like liquids and chemicals in it that like, lube up the inside of your mouth. But and I'm looking at the ingredients again right now, and I don't see. Oh wait, it's got a coloring in it. And I think the coloring is one of the things that food's got red 40 in it. I think food coloring is one of those things that kind of create films like that. So that could be it. Yeah, that's basically that's it for now. Let's go ahead and think about this one and give it a letter grade. So I didn't really have to think too hard about what letter I was going to give this one, because while I was surprised that it did taste better than I expected it to taste, it's not mind-blowing or anything like that. If anything, it's just a plain good root beer. In fact, like I said, when you take the scent in and you really kind of smell the anise on the top, it doesn't overpower it once you actually start drinking it. It actually remains a pretty neutral flavor, which is, that's never a bad thing. But it also means that it gets a C, right? Because it's not mind-blowing or anything like that, but it's also it's not bad either. It's just right in the middle. So I guess the thing that you could really take away from this is that if you're looking for a root beer that's caffeinated and actually gives you a little bit of a kick, I mean, this is really one of the only good options out there. So take that as you will. I don't see a lot in stores too often. This one I actually had to have special ordered. But I used to see it out more often. Maybe it's just more of a regional thing or something. But if you see it out there, I have absolutely nothing to say other than go ahead and get it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. C. And for complete transparency about this drink, the only reason I picked it this week was because of Halloween, and it had dead in the title. And there's a couple of drinks that I picked out for this month that, last week we had the pumpkin root beer. This week we've got the dead red. And next week will also be somewhat Halloween oriented, I guess, technically, sort of. I mean, you'll see. Anyway, hey, I had enough root beers to actually make like a holiday theme. I know that's not going to be the same for Christmas. Actually, I take that back. I think I have a bunch of nutmeg root beers that probably make for nice Christmas oriented root beer reviews. So we'll see about that. But anyway, that's it for now. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you like the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Oh, good time to mention this though. I recently did start making the move that I'm taking my live streams, my full live streams that I had on YouTube on this channel, and I started moving them over to a VOD channel. because I figured that I really kind of want to use this channel for edited content, stuff that's been, you know, condensed down into a more consumable format, which right now just only consists of the root beer reviews. But if you are looking for my Gunpla streams and stuff like that, that is where you can find those now over on the VOD section. And the more I start to stream, you'll see like on that one, I have a stream from last year around the same time, Halloween time, that I did on Twitch that I never actually put out. And that will be up on the VOD channel as well once I get around to getting everything back up to date where it was. So yeah, that's going to be the point of that channel, is that's going to be where I'm going to put the content that's unedited, streams and stuff like that, so people can go check those out when they want to. Anyway, so that's what's going on with YouTube. Also, I have the Twitch channel, of course, which is twitch.tv/OneBadVeggie. And if you want to go ahead and watch streams when those happen, which mostly consist of Gunpla at this point, but I am very much planning on starting to get back into video game streaming very soon. And if you want to go ahead and subscribe to that over there, follow. That's what they do on Twitch. Follow, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch. If you want to go ahead and follow me on Twitch so that way you know when those happen, you can do that. But anyway, that's it for now, and I hope you had a good time.